Hey guys, welcome to CALLOUS Fight Night. Unfortunately, I was not able to catch this game live. This is just going to be the replay of the game, but I have not watched it yet. I do not know the outcome. So for me, even though obviously it's not going to be in real time, it will have a lot of the same qualities as live because I'm genuinely viewing it for the first time and I don't know what's going to happen. So, we have our champion, Astamatitos. He's going to be on the top of this replay, and we have Watermess, our challenger, an up-and-coming player on the bottom side. So here is their game for CALLOUS Fight Night. Metagross lead for Watermess, and also for our champion, Astamatitos. A switch from Watermess, maybe thinking there'll be an Earthquake into the Metagross. He goes to Salamence, and they both go to Salamence. So it's looking like we have similar-ish offense teams from both guys. And finally, we have a difference in plays. We have Tyranitar coming in as the switch, and we have Lax coming in as the switch. Neither one wanted to chance it that perhaps there was a Dragon Claw or something like that in the Salamence mirror match. But man, that Earthquake prediction nails the Magneton there. Mag switching in, trying to catch a Scarm that did not come, and a huge advantage for the free knockout for Asta. That puts Watermess on the back foot. He goes Meteor Mash, gets Earthquaked back. Meteor Mash should not kill here, and he's just going to opt for an Explosion, which results in a trade. But since he lost his Magneton more or less completely for free, Asta does have the Pokemon lead right now, 5-4. Swampert on Lax now. Very, very similar teams from these two players. There's Body Slam for Watermess. He does find Paralysis, but it gets lummed away, so obviously he's not going to have lefties. No more item for Asta's meta. See what he wants to do here. It's probably just a Meteor Mash. No, he goes for Psychic. It's interesting. Nothing that has been shown for Watermess resists Meteor Mash, but he sniffs out the counter, which is brilliant. The majority of players there would have gone for the Meteor Mash, but Asta somehow had the self-discipline to go Psychic instead. And he would have got nailed by counter had he gone for the Meteor Mash. That was really something. He's going for Psychic again now, repeatedly, not wanting to walk into that counter. Body Slam a couple more times, has failed to find that second para after Lum removed the initial one. Now he goes Pursuit. That's an over prediction. The Lax, in fact, did not switch, but it does not matter. It is a self-destruct. It is a trade, and once again, 1-for-1 trade, resulting in Asta being +1 because he did kill that Magneton. 4-3. Heracross shown for Asta. And Breloom shown for Watermess, so they do not have identical teams, but they are very similar. The Heracross here is going to be faster than the Breloom, but he switches out of the way anyway. And now Salamence comes in for Watermess, so they both switched. Swampert should have the advantage here. It's a no lefties Salamence, so it seems really unlikely that he would have HP Grass. Looks like a Choice Bander. Ice Beam there aimed at Mence, hits the T-Tar instead. A lot of switching for Watermess. I've definitely observed his style is a lot of double, if not triple switches, and he likes to make anticipation switches as well. Breloom here would have been okay against the Hydro Pump, but it does miss for Asta. Intimidate comes in. He finds himself in against Heracross. Very good heads-up play for Watermess, often getting ahead of things here. He'll have a free opportunity with Salamence, but he will not capitalize on it. The last poke T-Tar from Asta is, in fact, a flying resist that Watermess was hoping his opponent did not have. Breloom comes into Rock Slide here, 31%. Breloom, we saw earlier, is gaining lefties, as most of them do in Gen 3. Straight for Sky Uppercut. Asta stays in. Down that goes. We've got ourselves Equilibrium once again. 3-3, and the Loom has yet to use Spore on anything. Salamence is going to outspeed and scare the crap out of it here. Watermess not prepared to stay in. Gets out of the way. Now it's Asta Hidden Power flying into the T-Tar. Same thing Watermess did before. However, Salamence does have the ability for Asta to switch moves. Nevertheless, he opts for Heracross anyway. Here's Ice Beam, which would have knocked it out had he survived the Earthquake and stayed in. Asta Discipline to get out of the way. Goes for Substitute here. That's going to be popped by a second Ice Beam with a crit that may or may not have mattered depending on the spread for both. But Hera is going to eat his Salac Berry. He's going to be faster than anything on the team now for Watermess, and here's his opportunity. Reversal, very underwhelming with the resistance, with the attack reduction, with the 17% HP at the time. Very underwhelming damage. This one a lot better, 57% despite the attack reduction that he's still dealing with. There may be a Mach Punch incoming, and Astamatitos switches accordingly. Salamence comes in, and Watermess not able to pull the trigger. That would have been an amazing time to get a Spore off had he predicted the switch, but he was not able to pull the trigger. He went for the more obvious play, the Mach Punch, and he missed a brilliant, possibly game-winning opportunity to Spore. Watermess going to be kicking himself for not pulling the trigger there. Heracross comes in as fodder. Watermess obliges with the hidden power. And now Watermess, for the first time in the game, has taken the lead at 3-2. Asta here trying to come back with his own Salamence. Looks like a DD-Mence in this situation, which is exactly what he needs to try to clean this up. Here's T-Tar. Here's DD, and that is probably the ball game. I'm not seeing anything from Watermess's team that is going to survive the DD-Mence at +1 at this stage of the game. Intimidate definitely going to help, but I don't know that it'll be enough. Asta goes for the Earthquake. That's a great step 1 for Watermess to survive this, but he's going to have to dance around it perfectly with precise prediction. T-Tar comes into hidden power. Unfortunate crit there for Watermess, but he's going to survive nevertheless. He'll survive probably a Rock Slide here, and not an Earthquake certainly. What he needed to do there was go to Salamence again, but like I said, Watermess needed to predict perfectly to get out of this. That would have meant going to Salamence on that turn. He was not able to make that prediction. T-Tar does die to Earthquake, and now the game is all but over. Hidden power is going to get him. Breloom's going to be the last poke at 12%, staring down a faster Mence despite the attack reduction. No chance in hell he lives the 4x weak hidden power flying. And there is the click of the button for Asta to solidify the game. Asta, as expected, did win. He's one of the best, but Watermess has very consistently in recent times held his own with these very high-level players. He didn't win, but he put up a hell of a fight, and the game definitely felt winnable. Had Watermess done either of the following things, gone for the Spore on that crucial turn, I think that's by far the biggest one, or maybe gone to Salamence here instead of letting T-Tar take the Earthquake to get the second Intimidate off. Maybe he could have come back. The second one was a little more iffy. He still could lose from that position, but certainly had he clicked Spore on that crucial turn instead of Mach Punch, very well may have won this game. Close one either way. Really, truly could have gone either way. Good game to watch, especially offense on offense. A lot of the time is just, 18 turns and done and boring. This one did have a little bit more thinking to it, and it was at least 30-plus turns, so that's not too bad. So the winner here is going to be Asta. He's going to remain our champion, but a good fight for Watermess. I'm going to do the drawing now off screen for who it's going to be next week, and we'll see Astamatitos take on a new challenger. Look forward to that, and thank you for watching and continuing to support CALLOUS Fight Night.